Hello, here we have the Aquaseal neoprene contact cement, and this is by Gear Aid. So this is the package that it came in, and this is the tube. I have my wetsuit right here, and this is the leg actually, and you can see I have what's starting to be kind of a rip through one side. It hasn't gone all the way through. This is a 5mm wetsuit, so I wanted to go ahead and get ahead of this. This happens because when I put my booties on, I fold this back and it's stretching that, so it's coming apart a little bit. I've had this wetsuit quite a while, so these things happen, and we do have one spot there where it's coming through all the way. You can see my finger underneath right there. So we're going to try this Aquaseal, because this will save me hundreds of dollars so that I don't have to buy another wetsuit. Now it has some instructions on the back, okay, as well as on the tube. So if you don't keep the packaging, you've still got your directions on the tube. And what we're hoping is we're not going to use this whole tube on this one little tear, right? So we have this around. So it does say to shake it, so we're shaking it. Now I read a lot of reviews on this before I bought this on Amazon, and a lot of people talked about what a big mess it made, and they said you should use a toothpick and all this stuff. I'm going to assume those people are being dramatic, and I'm just going to open this cap and I'm going to squeeze some in here, and then I'm going to hold it together, okay? Which is exactly what it says on the instructions from the product. And notice, you know, this is made in an area where there's lots of cold water in Washington, right? So they should know what they're talking about. I have this little bowl here as an option where if stuff just starts running out of this tube, I can throw it in there and protect my table and not have a problem. In my hands, I am not wearing gloves. We'll see how that turns out. All right, so let's take the cap off. Okay, looks like it's ready to go, right? So we'll just put the cap in there. Let's get that seam. Oh yeah, not so bad, right? Not too bad. I think this is pretty easy. I don't know what all the dramatic people were talking about. Okay, we're kind of gonna hold that together, and I think it says, I'm gonna get my cap so that I'm not losing anything here. It does smell pretty strong. It does say to use it in a ventilated area. It really reminds me of the smell of like those big, thick Sharpie markers. That's what it smells like. All right, it says apply cement on both edges of tear and dry for 5 minutes and then apply a second coat. So we are not going to do this video like, you know, in real time where we just watch neoprene stuff dry. But I do want you to notice right now, I'm kind of pressing it down to hold the seam together, and you see how it's starting to dry really quickly. You can see there, see that? As I move it, there's some wetness underneath, but that top layer is starting to dry. So I'm going to go ahead and let this dry, and then we'll put in the second coat. But I want you to know, I'm probably not going to show you that whole process because it's just going to be more of the same, okay? But one thing that you can get from this video is it's not hard to use. It isn't messy. You just follow the directions, and you will be fine. So if you have a wetsuit or some other neoprene product like your booties, gloves, hoods, whatever you might use to surf or snorkel or get out there and swim in cold water and it's starting to get a tear, highly recommend this. I have found this very easy to use. I mean, what did this take us? 3 minutes? I'm just going to let that dry, check the hole, and we will be good to go. So if you're looking for something to repair your wetsuit, I highly recommend the Aquaseal Neo, and this is from Gear Aid. Thank you, and have a good day.